Yi Heon giving Ji Young a ring and kissing her. Ji Young pulls away, saying she must leave because she is a time traveler and is unsure about giving up her father and career. Yi Heon accepts, making her promise to return when she can. She, in turn, makes him promise he won't become a tyrant. Later, Yi Heon draws the bibimbap Ji Young first cooked in his personal Manganrock diary. It's time to prepare for Queen Inju's birthday banquet. Ji Young faces a problem. The queen avoids meat, but a royal event requires it. She decides to use soy meat instead. At the queen's quarters, Consort Kang tries to attend the birthday celebration. Despite her involvement in Prince Jin Myung's poisoning, the full truth is not out, so Queen Inju allows her to attend. Meanwhile, Prince Jason sets his trap for Yi Heon with his co-conspirators. While Yi Heon gets ready, Chang Seon tells him that Chu Wol has died by suicide. Suspecting Consort Kang, Yi Heon orders Chang Seon to keep the news secret. Ji Young and the cooks prepare a soy meat, gujulpan, and eggplant pie. Gilgum sees a small packet fall from Ji Young's dress. It contains chocolates she plans to give Yi Heon later. The banquet starts. Queen Inju loves Ji Young's soy meat. Im Song-jae announces the performance of the Cheoyongmu dance. Two jesters begin, and the queen is delighted when she recognizes one as Yi Heon. However, Prince Jason's trap is sprung. Yi Jong-gyun, the drafter whose family Jason threatened, enters the palace. He tells Yi Heon he found the historical records detailing his mother's death. Ji Young realizes this is the event that historically triggers the Gapshin literati purge. Yi Jong-gyun brings forth Consort Sim, Yi Heon's maternal grandmother. Song-jae reads the draft, which details how the late king's concubines, Queen Inju, Han Min-seong, and others, encouraged the king to depose and banish the young queen. Queen Inju is named as the one who advised giving Yi Heon's mother poison. The old woman, who went mad after her daughter's death, pulls out the young queen's blood-stained clothes from inside her doll. Yi Heon loses control and storms toward his grandmother, sword drawn. Ji Young steps in front of him, confesses her love, and reminds him of his promise not to be a tyrant. Yi Heon is determined to kill everyone involved. Consumed by grief, he orders the soldiers to surround the palace, making it impossible for anyone to leave. Seeing Yi Heon's grandmother startled, Ji Young decides to calm her down by giving her a piece of chocolate. The grandmother comes to her senses and recounts his mother's last words, where she wished her son would right the injustice by becoming a wise and virtuous king. Yi Heon finally drops his sword and walks away. Prince Jason, disappointed, tells his men to move to the second plan. He catches Song-jae eavesdropping and has him captured. Everyone in the palace is concerned by Yi Heon's emotional outburst. Later, Ji Young suggests to Yi Heon that someone deliberately orchestrated Yi Jong-gyun's appearance. She advises him to dine with Queen Inju to speak with her and relays Tang Beilong's cryptic warning to him. Meanwhile, Prince Jason calls Im Seo-hong, Song-jae's father, for a meeting. Before entering, Seo-hong overhears Jason and his co-conspirators planning the rebellion. They will use Song-jae to lure the king to Salgoji Forest and kill him there. Seo-hong rushes to warn the king, but is intercepted and killed by Jason's guards. Moments later, Traitor Palace guards knock Ji Young unconscious. They are about to take her when Gongil attacks them and carries Ji Young away. Su Yok brings a message from the captured Song-jae to Yi Heon, saying he found the rebels' base near Salgoji Forest. A minister arrives and informs Yi Heon that Ji Young has also been kidnapped and taken to the forest. Yi Heon immediately heads there. As the king leaves, someone disguised in the king's Cheoyongmu outfit begins murdering people in the palace. Queen Inju realizes it is Prince Jason just before he kills her. The palace staff mistakenly believe the king is committing the murders. Jason's people set off fireworks, signaling rebels positioned around the palace. They put on red headbands and begin slaying everyone loyal to Yi Heon. In the forest, Yi Heon and his men find Song-jae tied to a pyre. As Yi Heon tries to free him, Jason's men spring their trap. Arrows fly, and Song-jae pushes the king down, taking the arrows himself. Jason's men set the forest on fire, trapping Yi Heon. Elsewhere, Gongil tries to flee with Ji-young, but Jasan's men catch her. Gongil rescuing Ji-young with the help of his jester friends who are also fighters. He informs her that Jasan is leading a revolt against the king. At the palace, Jasan continues his killing spree, murdering Minister Han Min-seong and others. He convinces Queen Ja-hyun that Yi Haeon is the one responsible for the bloodshed and orders Prince Jin Myung to be crowned the next morning. Meanwhile, Soo-hyuk and Yi Haeon survive the battle in the forest. The next morning, Jasan's people spread lies about Yi Haeon's murders, and Prince Jin Myung is officially crowned king. Ji-young and Gong-gil, in hiding, hear the news. Gong-gil leaves to gather information, and Ji-young gives him the butterfly charm Yi Haeon once bought for her. To everyone's shock, a bloodied Yi Haeon appears at the palace and asks to speak with Jason alone. Yi Haeon reveals he decoded Tong Bailong's warning and knew Jason was planning something. Yi Haeon says he'll accept being dethroned if Jason guarantees Jin Myong's safe reign, but Yi Haeon knows Jason is lying. Yi Haeon is jailed, but Jason allows him to keep his Manganrock diary. Yi Haeon writes the final inscription, the one Ji-young read in episode 1. Gong-gil drops Ji-young's butterfly charm into his cell, letting Yi Haeon know she is safe. Gong-gil tells Ji-young that the king is set for exile, but Ji-young knows from history that Yi Haeon dies shortly after. They resolve to save him. As Yi Haeon is taken through the streets, Jason plans to kill him anyway. Ji-young manages to reach Yi Haeon in the crowd, urging him to stay strong. In the forest, the guards prepare to execute Yi Haeon when Soo-hyuk and his soldiers ambush them, saving the king and returning his sword. Jason arrives with his own men. Ji-young and Gong-gil arrive with reinforcements, including all of Ji-young's kitchen staff. The fighting intensifies with the arrival of Jang Chun-seng. Yi Haeon's side wins, but a Jason soldier knocks out and kidnaps Ji-young. Jason tells Yi Haeon to come alone if he wants her alive. Yi Haeon sends his allies back to the palace, where Gong-gil and Soo-hyuk defeat Jason's forces. Gong-gil gets his revenge by killing Consort Kang. Yi Haeon finds Jason, who sends 3 soldiers to attack him. During the fight, Yi Haeon's clothes are torn, and the Manganrock falls out. Ji-young breaks free of her bonds and sees the book, realizing Yi Haeon was the original author. A soldier attacks Ji-young, and Yi Haeon throws his sword to save her, leaving himself weaponless before Jason. As Jason raises his sword, Ji-young runs and takes the attack herself. Yi Haeon knocks out Jason, but Ji-young is mortally wounded. She tells Yi Haeon she loves him and didn't want to leave, then passes out. The Manganrock begins to glow, its words turn golden, and it lifts Ji-young into the air, pulling her inside. Both she and the book vanish. After she is gone, Jason attacks again, and Yi Haeon kills him. Ji-young wakes up in a hospital in modern-day Seoul. She has the injury on her back and the Manganrock. She reunites with her father. She checks the internet and sees that history has changed. Yi Haeon's official record now says he went missing, not that he died. She tries to use the book's inscription to return, but it doesn't work. 1 month later, Ji-young agrees to work at an acquaintance's restaurant for a month. She is surprised to find her new team members are lookalikes of her Joseon staff. She and her team successfully create a new menu that combines fine dining with Joseon Royale cuisine. A Song-jae lookalike named Steve Im enters the restaurant, possibly a Michelin inspector. He criticizes her food without tasting it, similar to the past. Ji-young argues with him, but then hears a familiar voice, Yi-hyun. He remembers her and says he kept his promise to find a way back to her. They finally reunite and kiss. Back at home, Ji-young receives a call from her friend about the Michelin inspector being a fraud, and she tells him she already knew. After the call, she goes to Yi-hyun, who is cooking bibimbap for her. He prepares a royal-style bibimbap, and with the promise he did, they both finally live happily ever after.
너를 태우듯이 녹이는 거예요.
어떻게 말이냐?
냐고?
그건 비밀이다.